I've been lucky enough to have a really good look around and see everything you've got on that. And I asked you if you would come up with your favourite items, we call them at the moment, your favourite shirts, your favourite boots and caps and stuff like. And what I'd really like is you to tell us a little bit of history behind him.
First one's John Pickford's Poppy shirt.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
He's a legend, isn't he?
Well, I'll ask you a question. He's one of probably our younger legends, really, isn't he, for when you consider what he's achieved so far in his life and that. So what made you want to have something like that of Jordan's, and why particularly that shirt?
Just with him being a local lad, really. Just that's the main point. Being a local lad.
And I'll digress a little bit then. How sad was you when he actually left then?
Oh, I was absolutely gutted, to be honest.
Yeah.
Gutted, really gutted.
I think everybody was, but I think at the time we have to accept it was right for us, right for Jordan's career and that. And I think how you've seen how it's gone on since then.
Definitely.
I think it's been absolutely brilliant. But in the same token then, so you've got that one. Are you looking to get any more of his?
Oh, I've got about 4 or 5 of his altogether.
Have you? Well, I must admit, I've got one of his as well. When myself and Mark Prudder went to the World Cups last year, he gave us one of his shirts from the semi-final and signed it to us and put a lovely little few words to, obviously gave Prud one and myself one and that. And they're the sort of things for me, like you will do when you look at all your shirts, you'll look back and go, there's that little bit of the reason why. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Laurie Hannah.
Right, yeah.
He was only had a season with us.
Yeah.
But he was one of my favourite players though.
And if I remember rightly, was he quite a good looking lad as well? Because I think all the girls used to think he was absolutely awesome like that now.
He was a hard man like yourself.
Yeah. Now, if you look at Laurie, so what did you enjoy about his game?
Just his tackling, just everything about his game really. He was strong.
Committed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it looked, to be fair, like he cared for the time he was here.
This is a beauty, This was Carlos Edwards versus Burnley when he scored that quarter goal.
Oh, the worldy goal like that, yeah. Let's have a little look at that. And what year was that then, do you think?
Reg
Vardy, that would have been...
2007, was it?
Yeah, I love that, 2007, good memory. It's interesting though, because obviously you look at the shirt sponsor on that day as well, comparable to these ones. Let's see who this was as well on this. Umbro, like, so we see different shirts and that. So you got this one off him. Was that the shirt on the day as well then, the worldy goal?
Aye. The absolute quarter, wasn't it?
Do you know what I always wonder nowadays, right? If you was to hold on to the edge of that, look at the size of the shirts now.
No,
they're huge, absolutely massive. And the only reason I say that, when you watch old football on Sky and you look at the lads running around in their shirts, absolutely ginormous, isn't they? Whereas now they're absolutely skinny, fitted and look absolutely awesome. Right, what's this one then?
This one's Super Kev's.
Love that.
The legend.
I was going to say that is a nice shirt, by the way. I like that.
And he gained up the size of it.
And Kev, I mean, don't get me wrong, Kev was built like a brick. Outhouse when he took his top off, had a fantastic physique. But how would that have fitted Super Kev? Like, maybe if we'd have got him a fitted shirt, he'd have scored more goals as well. So anything particular that you like?
Just with him being some legend, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Do you know what I love? I love looking at the bag, the way it's embroidered on as well, like that. I still remember some of the goals he scored, but one of my overriding things I always used to say to our young players was, if there was a forward and they missed an opportunity in front of goal, sometimes you could see the confidence drain out of them and the frustration whether they hit the floor. Now, we all have our own ways of getting rid of that excess anxiety, energy, and I understand all of that. But the one thing I used to love about Kevin was, obviously he had a fantastic technique, any way of finishing. But if he missed an opportunity, even I used to look at him sometimes and go, and I obviously did swear, which I won't do now, did he miss that? And I'd look at him, but very rarely did he have a change of expression. Very rarely did it look like it bothered him. And I used to look and think, I know he'll score the next one.
This one was Kevin De Bruyne's versus Sunderland, when he come over and actually gave us it after the end of the game.
They actually came and gave you it as well?
It actually went viral.
That's fabulous. Now, so somebody like that has chose to come over to you. Is there anything in particular you've done to ask him to do it, or did he just...
What it was is, I sit right next to the away team's bench. So like, I ask them over like when they come off the pitch.
Yeah.
You come off the pitch and give us it.
I think that's absolutely brilliant. Now, anything you particularly like about him as a player? Now, what he's done there, for me, probably epitomises what I see as him on the pitch. He's a team player. He looks like he really cares. Is there anything particular you like about him?
I like what he done from, like, when he come from Chelsea. He turned around to be one of the world's best players, didn't he?
Yeah. Our grandson, River, I think he's one of his favourite players as well, absolutely loves him. And I think rightly what you said there, it just shows some people's careers when they come through and they first come over, they might find it tough. But the ones that have that resilience to be able to turn it round are the ones that you can't help but gravitate towards too as well. And I think, yeah, exactly, and so when you look at Kevin like that, and obviously I've got to be perfectly honest with you, Kevin being that great name and everybody knows they're superheroes, like obviously myself, like that. No, I'm joking. Last shirt then, what's the importance about this one for you then?
This one, it means a fair bit to us, Liam Miller shirts.
Yeah, I understand that.
Quite sentimental, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's tragic what happened to him. And that,
what I actually done was I actually sent one of his shirts back to his family last year.
Did you?
Yeah, I got in touch with one of his family members.
Yeah.
And I asked about the shirt, and I said, I've actually got two. I said, I'll send you one. So I sent the one back to the family last year in Ireland.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant you've done that. I mean, I would have said in that sense to have something back, albeit and everything that happened and that, to actually know was his.
Yeah, exactly.
They would have got
This year they didn't have a Sunderland shirt. That's the only shirt they didn't have in the collection. They had
really?
it in Man United, Celtic, but they didn't have a Sunderland.
So you've done that for him. Yeah, fair play to you, mate. I think that the sentimental value to you for that shirt, but how it must have made them feel would have been absolutely fantastic to know they've got something of his like that. So no, good on you, mate. I think that's absolutely brilliant.
Got Ian McGeady's cap,
Yeah.
Ireland cap from the 2011-2012 season.
So what made you choose this, or what made you collect this then? How
Just
did that come
McGeady.
about?
McGeady.
Is he one of your favourite players, like, yeah?
I
So
love him
as a footballer, like, yeah. So in that sense, though, if you were to gauge most of your players over the course of the years and your favourite players, where would he be?
He'd be up in the top 5.
Top
definitely.
5?
Aye.
And what would that be? What reasons would you give for that then? What does he do that
Just
makes
it
you...
creates a lot of spark and a lot of, you know what I mean?
I think what it is, the anticipation whenever he gets the ball puts everybody on the edge of their seat.
Definitely.
Especially when he's in the final third. I love it when he cuts in from the left-hand side onto his right foot. And I always say, if you give him a bit of space, invariably he'll get a shot off, and invariably he'll score as well, or at least make the keeper work. I've got to be honest with you, I've enjoyed, well, thoroughly enjoyed seeing your collection, as I have done in the past when I've come to see you and that. I even look around the room now and see all the different shirts you've got up, all the different names and that. Sitting here, I'm a bit disappointed that I've only got that one up there. Like, have you not got no other shirts of mine then?
I've got this one. This one was the Millennium shirt, Sunderland shirt.
Right, got it. Yeah.
But that one's my favourite, that one there though.
See, it's funny again when I look at this one. I mean, I look at the different numbers I wore, 4, 5, I'm sure I wore 6 and I wore 8 as well. Again, would Kevin Ball have ever fitted in that shirt about 3 times, I would imagine. Again, interesting. So, that there shirt, why was that then?
This one was the last ever Roker Park shirt, this one, that one.
And it's funny how, like you say, for this shirt, that was obviously the last one I wore before I left the club as well. And then you have this one of the year, we won we got relegated, didn't we, that year? Like, it was the year before we got promoted and that. I think it's the same with everything. When you have such a, like, how can you put knock an ending to Roker Park? But it was really, wasn't it? And when you consider all the history of all the players that have played there, not saying because it's my shirt, but the fact you've got a shirt of one of the players that played.
Definitely my best shirt, that.
Say that again?
It's definitely my best.
Did you hear that? Like, just making sure, like, yeah. It truly is an absolutely fabulous collection. I mean, I open it up to you, and we all have our own little hobbies and stuff like that. Mine's gardening. I have to be honest with you, I'm not particularly good at it, but I love it. But it is something that I find, even when I played, I used to love going in the garden. And anybody watching this must think, what a soft lad he is now, like that. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I can cut a good lawn, don't worry about that. But in terms of your hobby, I think it's brilliant. Like, I honestly do. And the fact, like I said, so many of the shirts tell a story. Thanks very much for bringing this here today. We really appreciate it. It's lovely to see you, mate, as well.
Cheers.